أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. إن خير الكلام كلام الله سبحانه وتعالى وخير الهدى هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وبعد. We live in a world in which two components are always at odds. That is the issue of solidarity versus division. Issue of solidarity versus division. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prefers that which is solidarity over division, where He commanded it and made it a part of belief. Allah tabarak wa ta'ala mentioned in His noble book, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe. Allah ibn Mas'ud, he said, whenever you hear Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, Tarafa Samak, said then raise your antennas, meaning listen attentively, because Allah is either going to tell you something in a command form that's good for you, or either is going to tell you to leave off something that's bad for you. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha, O you who believe, obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ittaqullaha here means to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to avoid the prohibited things. Haqqa tuqatih, and to give Allah His right to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wala tushriku bihi shay'a, and don't make partners to Allah in any way. Wala tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun, and don't die except you are a Muslim. You are submitting yourself to the Creator. Don't die except as a Muslim. You are submitting and obeying Allah at the time of death. And then Allah wa ta'ala talked about solidarity when He said, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, and hold all of you to the rope of Allah. Hold all of you to the rope of Allah wa ta'ala, the rope of Allah. وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, and don't be divided. وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, and do not separate and fight and argue and debate and split and fraction. وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. So you have the issue of solidarity, have the issue of being together, and you have the issue of division. And although Allah wa ta'ala mentioned وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ, and people will never cease to be differencing between people, because Allah created you different. As Salam, he said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَنْظُرُ إِلَى صُرُورِكُمْ وَلَا إِلَى أَجْسَامِكُمْ. Allah doesn't look at your shape and your bodies. Allah doesn't care who's tall or short. Allah doesn't pay attention to your muscles or you need to lose weight. Allah Azza wa Jal doesn't have an issue about your loam, your color, your white, black, brown, red. He doesn't care about your nasab, wala ansab, where you came from or your family tree. Yanzuru ila qulubikum wa a'malikum. But the Prophet said He looks at your heart, meaning what's in your heart, what you believe, what you feel, what you think, what you decide, what you love, what you yearn for, and what you do. Showing that work is involved. And part of this work is solidarity. 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 To be together. So much so that there's a rule in Islam where the Prophet ﷺ also talked about the issue of being together and how it is a mercy, and division, fighting, arguing, not being together is a punishment. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فيما أخرجه في السنة الصحيح في المعجم الإمام الطبراني, in the collection of Imam al-Tabarani, where the Prophet said, "Al-jama'atu rahmah." Solidarity, being together, is rahmah. وَفِرْقَةُ الْعَذَابِ, and dividing and being separate and being against one another is adab, a punishment. A punishment. While the Prophet ﷺ, he also mentioned that jama'atu man wafaqa bil haqq, or kama qala, that being together in essence is not just numbers, that's part of it, but it also includes being together, being on the same page upon that which is truth. Jama'atul wahda wa jama'atul yani haqq wa law kuntu wahda. He said also, alayhi salatu wasalam, and part of being in solidarity is to be upon the truth. Even if you be alone, this constitutes being yani on the truth. And if you're on the truth and you're alone, then it's as if you are a whole group, you are a nation, you are a community, showing you how important being together is, and showing you how important the issue of being on the same page when it comes to the reality and when it comes to truth. So this is something, again, as we're in the time of pandemic, we're in the time of the aftermath of George Floyd being murdered, slaughtered, worse than that which you were allowed to do to a sheep. Even in Islam, Prophet mentioned, yani, إن الله كتب إحسان في كل شيء. Now, that Allah has commanded you to have perfection and mercy and diligence in all of your affairs to the best of your ability. So when you yani, kill your animals, then the Prophet said, yani, kill them with sufficiency. Meaning, don't have a dull knife where you got a jagger and punish the animal. Have a swift, sharp blade so it's an easy cut. And also from the Sunnah of the Prophet, you put your hand over the eyes of the animal so that the animal don't see the other animals. The animal don't see the other animals. And the animal is not being killed. You should not be around the animal that's being killed. It's going to put fear in that animal. It's going to feel like, oh boy, I'm next. Look at my cousin. Look at my aunt. Look at my mother. So this, when we talk about the issue of being together, solidarity versus division, then this is that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned as it relates to the believers and in general, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us direction and to give us guidance, to give us know-how. Wallahu musta'an wa alayhi tuklan. And Allah is the one we seek His help from, and we put our trust in Him. Wallahu musta'an. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد, to be together, whether you're talking about in a marital relationship, to be together, whether you're talking about parents and their children, to be together as it relates to a work environment or a social reform, to be together as it relates to a community or an establishment, it takes solidarity. And there's an old slogan that people said, it's okay to agree to disagree. But Allah Musta'an, we find that the Prophet ﷺ used to avoid the issue of disagreeing. And even we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him with revelation, but when it came to even affairs that were governmental, issues of dealing with warfare and what decisions and strategies to make, or the issue of dealing with agriculture, the Prophet ﷺ would give a pass to those people who knew. He wouldn't exert his authority as a prophet nor as the governor of Al-Medina. So this, we can learn a lesson from it, and that is part of being together will require great humility, to lower your wing to the one that you're dealing with in society, or the one that is in your comfort zone. And with that, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala's prophet, he said, "Man lam yarham la yurham," kama qala. Whoever does not lower their wing and show mercy, then don't expect mercy. Don't expect Allah Azza wa Jal to show compassion to you. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, his prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that Allah, the Most High, on the day when he commanded the pen to write everything, that which alladhi can, alladhi sayakun, that which will be, and that which had already been told by Allah to the pen to write. On that day, the Prophet he said, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala kataba ala nafsihi rahmah. He made it compulsory that his mercy outweighs. Kataba ala nafsihi anna rahmati awsa min al-adhabi, aw fi lafdin awsa min al-ghadabi, or kama qala. The Prophet said, Allah said, when he prescribed all of the things to be written, he also prescribed in the book that's above his throne with him that his mercy, that his kindness, that his compassion, that generosity, Allah would make it far-reaching. He will make it the majority. He will make it that which is the thing that he would rather see and do to the creation than them to receive his punishment. He would rather them earn or be given as a gift or as a way of being merciful to them, his mercy, rather than punishing them, or rather than him subhanahu wa ta'ala being upset with him. So this we learn in conclusion, being together, solidarity versus division is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of humility. It's going to take a lot of strategizing. It's going to take a lot of jihad al-nafs, keeping our desires in check. It's going to take a lot of cooperation, a lot of that which would be considered negotiating and taking a back seat sometime to that which we like over others. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this blessed day to extend his mercy over his creation. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who understand and feel and see and have the desire to give and be merciful rather than to punish or to be upset with the creation of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through mercy that we earn his mercy. Verily, his mercy extends over his punishment and over his anger. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وأقيموا الصلاة. Don't forget, stop it. Okay. And then share it.
So he'll finish and then?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to see share.